Hi, thanks for checking out our channel. This is going to be a repair video on a Tru-Test MP600 set of low bar. It came to us for repair. Customer actually sent like 2 or 3 of these things to us. One of them we fixed the other day. It's got a brand new load cell installed in. We had to booger up the cell over here because the bolt got stuck. And put a new load cell in there and everything's good to go. The second one we did for him had a bad cable in it, or a bad section in the cable and the connector, so we cut off the cable, about a 3-foot chunk, soldered and spliced in and heat shrinked a section of that in there, and then we'll put a new connector on the end, and that's working fine now. But this one is going to be a little bit easier to work on. I think it needs a new load cell installed, but it's not, I don't think it's going to have to deal with that stupid bolt that was stuck in there. So I've got a video on that one. If you haven't seen it, just do a search for Tru-Test MP600 repair, and it's about a 35-minute video. But this should be not as long of a video, but if you got one, for information right there, cattlescalerepair.com. We also work electric fence box of all brands, but we work on a lot of different scales, mostly Gallagher and Tru-Test. But what this one was doing was giving us an error. You know, I did a check on the cable at the connector, and that was reading good at the connector. So I think, you know, cable doesn't feel like there's any bad spots in there that I can tell. So we're going to take this load cell, load bar apart and get in the inside. Now, if you're trying to take this apart, you need a long, either breaker bar or a socket with a piece of pipe on it, because sometimes these bolts here, these 4 bolts, can be a real pain to get apart. Now, this is a later bar, or current style bar. I can't, about 10-15 years ago they came out with this style, I think. The earlier ones that looked like this had 3 bolts in there. That's the biggest difference between them externally. The inside, the one that has the 3 bolts versus the 4, are completely different on the inside. You can't take one of the newer cells or current style cells and install it to one of the older bars without modifying the bars, and you have to do both of those bars at the same time. Even if one bar is good, because it's just 2 different technologies. But sometimes these things, these bolts pop apart real easy, like these. Sometimes they fight you. But they're 6mm deal, like Allen head hole to them. Make sure that the tool that you put in there is in there all the way. And if it fights you where it doesn't, these come loose real easy. So I don't know if this has been worked on before or what, because sometimes these things, these bolts will get really stuck on there. And if it gets too stuck and you try to break it loose, don't, and it just will not break loose. Don't try too hard or you'll end up breaking something. Either you'll break the bolt, break the tool off in the bit, or to break the bit off in the bolt, and cause all kinds of trouble. And then you're in a whole nother mess. Okay, so there's not really any rhyme or reason of order of how you need to take this apart. There might be, God damn it, there might be other ways, order to take it apart that might be quicker. I'm trying to find my, oh, that's what I'm missing. It's my adapter. Put my little impact deal. We'll buzz them out the rest of the way, because we got to take these 4 bolts out. On all 4 of them are the same size. And let's go. We'll flip it over. Do the back. So you got to take these. You got to take these things off the rubber feet, and the tool you're going to need is a number 18 socket. Still not working. Look, same thing. Yeah, have you tried the display? Have you tried the display yet? Probably. You gotta find the number for it. The SE4. Takes a 105 kit. Okay, that's pretty loose. I don't think someone's been in this thing before. I'm pretty certain we do. Well, part of the kit. I don't. Yeah. I know what I'm saying. I probably do. Well, not here, or not with me, but in one of the boxes over here. All right, when you take it off, there's a little sleeve there. You got to keep that together. That goes between this rubber pad, rubber foot thing, and the cell. So I'll set it off to the side there. Where it took that one out. So this one just comes right off. There's the other one. All right, then we need a Phillips screwdriver. And we've got 2 Phillips screws down here that we'll take loose. They're holding this black plastic end on there, so we'll take that off. Now we need a flat screwdriver somewhere down here. And then we need to get down the side here. What's it say on the back? Well, is it right?
The number?
Yeah, because it may not be the right one.
You mean F58137?
Well, there should be a description. 37. That's the right one.
Yeah.
That goes for the Mark 7 and SE4. It should say MK4 and SE4, like below the number.
M7.
Yeah, Mark 7.
Oh, it does, yes.
Yeah. All right, now we're going to slide this stuff out of there. There's the old load cell. You see the cable is intact. There's nothing broken in it. So sometimes mice will get in there somehow and chew this up back here. Sometimes ants will get inside here and they'll get in there. They'll eat up the wiring and short out stuff inside this epoxy, and you really can't fix the cells. You're basically, if they're bad, you got to replace them. So then you got this little piece right here. You slide that off. So now we can get the cable out. There's also a nut right here. Sometimes will fall out. Keep a hold of that. That's where the platform will bolt down to on top there. So load cells, just gonna can't fix the cells really. You just got to replace them. So.
Well, it comes on, but it doesn't flash.
Probably,
Oh, there went illuminator.
well, I didn't click though. Well, usually they click once to show like SE or whatever. Probably need the main board.
There's no 105 over there.
All right, we're gonna grab this new load cell, which comes with a new cable and connector all on it and everything. So you got the 4 bolts on there, or 5 bolt holes, but 4 of them for that. And we'll get the cut. There's a zip tie on here. I need a cut to get the cable all unraveled. All right, so it goes back in like this. So we'll get it kind of lined up. I usually get like one bolt here and a bolt here, one at each end, either the middle ones or the outside ones. But what I also do before I put it in there is I will get some anti-seize and we'll just put up underneath here. Don't need a whole lot. pick that one, I guess. This is where it gets. This is where these bolts get stuck. They get stuck at this kind of a recess, this shoulder here, the bolt underneath the head of it. It gets stuck right down inside here on this thing. This is they get really bound up sometimes. So we'll get it kind of halfway in there. Won't tighten up all the way yet. And then we'll get this one here. Because the threads themselves don't really ever get messed up and stuck. It's usually underneath the head of the bolt. I'll go back and cinch those up more in a minute. Let's go ahead and we'll get these in there. Get those first two done, and then the rest of it goes in there pretty easy. Bolt. God, I sent you the other day working on one of these things and set all 4 bolts down and misplaced one of them, and finally found it after I was halfway done with everything. Alright, so we need to put the foot plates on, like the little feet on, the rubber feet. We need to put those on, or we can put this into this cable cap on. Let's do the cable, or the little thing here, put it on. Now this thing goes on a certain way. And basically go frontward or backwards, but if you put it on backwards it doesn't work right. Or it doesn't hold right. So it goes on like this. If you look at this, it has this flat side, and then this side that has a little protruding piece here, I believe. I may be wrong. I might have to do this. Take it apart, but I believe it goes like this. It's not like that. It's the other way around. I mean, it will go either way. Now it's like that. So the piece that sticks out further, that's got this little curve to it. That goes towards this outside. All right. So what we got to do first is turn it over. We're going to get the cable kind of started in there.
Well, it works. It flashes 2 or 3 times, like 2.3, and then it goes. They're older.
Okay.
2.6, and then it goes up to 12. Flashes by 4 or 5 times.
And then it starts clicking.
And then it starts.
That's weird.
It flashes like 2.6 4 or 5 times.
I don't know.
The new one doesn't do that. So I just messed it up.
Well, I might just go ahead and replace all 3 boards then.
It's 12.6, the other one makes it 14. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to get it on like that. And as we shove it in there, make sure that that bolt, oh, see that nut fell out. So put that nut back in there. Okay, we'll flip this thing back over like this. And as we push it in there, pull out the slack on that cable. If you had trouble getting this back in there, just get it kind of started the best you can, and then I don't know, take a pair of pliers or a backside of a hammer or backside of your screwdriver and just hit it all the way on there to go on there. And now we'll take the 2 Phillips screws. screw this back in. All right. Now, ready to put this back on. Oh, and if you want to, you can. These don't get stuck all that often. If you want to put a little anti-seize on there, you can. Just kind of splash them on there as it goes, as it threads in there. It kind of gets in the threads anyways. So we'll just kind of halfway start with the finger, just a little, get started a little bit, and then we'll put all the way in with this, and make sure it stays, you know, perpendicular to the bar itself. That way, then kind of lines up when you go to put it back on your platform and the floor or wherever it's mounted to. If it's cockeyed so much, you could turn it a little bit. That's too tight. Straighten it out. And we'll get the other one. Put that in there. Get that on. Put a little anti-seize on there. And then we'll go down here. Put that in there. It's pretty straight. Now let's go back and tighten all this stuff up. Make it snug. Don't want to make it too tight. Oops. Looks good. Flip it over. And we'll put this on, and we'll go back to trying to snug these up. Come on. But this low bar is basically done. You got a brand new cell in it, got a brand new cable on there, brand new connector on the thing. It's raring to go. So we'll go ahead and I guess we'll hook it up to our scale. I've got so I got his scale and my scale here. Scale I use, I got a Gallagher one, which will work with the Tru-Test bars. And I've got, here's the scale. I got an Easy Way 2 right here. We'll go ahead and we'll plug this into it. Turn the scale on. Pick this up, set it on the floor. Zero it out. Should be about 225-ish pounds. Step off there. Step back on. Should be 220-ish. Depends on where I'm standing. So the scale's working fine. Wait, like 225 plus or minus where I usually weigh at. All right, well, this bar is done as well, so all three of his load bars are fixed up and done. Well, I hope you liked this video. Thanks for watching. You have your information again. And if you got one of these load bars and need some help troubleshooting, or if you want to order a part, do it yourself, that's fine. We'll help you out. Give you 18-month warranty on the load cell. A brand new cell, a brand new bar, brand new set of bars. Comes with 2-year warranty, so you save a bunch of money fixing your old bar, and you get almost the same kind of warranty as as if you were buying a brand new set. Which I don't know if you can buy a brand new bar by itself, but a brand new bar on its own is like $650 or so, whatever it is for a one bar. And we can fix with the new load cell about $200 cheaper than that, maybe less, maybe about $225 cheaper than that, and you get almost the same kind of warranty, and the bar is basically brand new. But anyways, until next time, we'll see you later on.